it do? It's your boys. We out here, you know what I'm saying? Raps and Wrestling presents top five. Today on the top five, man, we got the North American champion. You know what I'm saying? We got the former North American champion. If y'all don't know, y'all gotta watch the previous episode. You know what I'm saying? Uh, we got
Gained my title back. So
yeah. It's a heated rivalry, you know what I'm saying, over here at Raps and Wrestling, you know what I'm saying, but it's all good, man. We doing top five tag teams and
five-time WCW champion.
we doing WWE Tag Teams on this episode, you know what I'm saying. We thanks to my bro, you know what I'm saying, Ace the Hitman, we had to break down our list, man, cause we was just gonna do top five tag teams, and then the number of tag teams and variations of types of tag teams was too broad, you know what I mean?
So a lot to choose from.
Yeah, well, we gonna start with WWE, and we doing like Attitude Era and up, you know what I'm saying? So we are throwing NXT in there, and yeah, man, we got a cool list. I think y'all like and respect, you know what I'm saying? If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna run the list down first, you know what I'm saying? Mine's majority all Attitude Era cats. But I'm starting off the top, number one. I'm gonna go number five, then one. So 5, Legacy. Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase Jr. You know what I'm saying? Great tag team. Even though the Legacy was like a trio, but like they was the tag team within their trio. Randy, of course, world champion. You know what I'm saying? The legacy of their fathers, their family, was just the whole like basis of their group. And them boys held it down, you know what I'm saying? And you look at Cody Rhodes now, you know what I'm saying, see what he doing and how he had affected wrestling and changed the world of wrestling and shit. Like, it's a test to the skills and the things he was able to build as Cody Rhodes in the Legacy group. I got Edge and Christian is number 4, you know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Do we have time for a 5-second pose?
No, we do. Hey, Edge and Christian was them cats, bro. I think you had Edge and Christian too, didn't it? So they are honorable mention on my list. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go.
No, it's okay.
I'm gonna make them an honorable mention, bro, because I love Edge and Christian. I meant to put Too Cool in this spot. Brian Christopher, Scotty Too Hottie, you know, Grandmaster Sexy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw Rikishi in there, even though he's, you know what I'm saying, not part of that tag team.
He was, but he did it for The Rock.
But
he did it for The Rock.
He done it for The Rock his whole career. After that, man, I got the Dudley Boys, like
them damn Dudleys.
Damn Dudleys, man. If you watched ECW growing up, you know about the Dudley Boys off top. You already know about the Dudleys, the Dudley family. You know what I'm saying?
Big Dick Dudley.
Bubba Dudley, Big Dick Dudley, Spike Dudley, Diva and Dudley, Mama Dudley, Daddy Dudley, the girlfriend Dudley,
cousin Dudley.
It was Dudleys all over.
They were all over the
So when they
place.
came to WWE, bro, it was like, oh, bro, the Dudleys in WWE, they lived up to their name. They lived up to the destruction value they had in ECW. You couldn't be like, I was at a couple of those events from back in the day. Get the tables was chanted when the Dudleys wasn't even in the ring. They just wanted to see tables, you know what I'm saying? Because Dudley boys would come out, throw a nigga through a table and leave. And it was exciting as hell to see, you know what I'm saying? Plus, they didn't want to enter every tag team title that's known to man, you know what I'm saying? So, cold as hell to me, you know what I'm saying? What was that, 3?
2.
Hell no, I didn't want 2. That was Legacy, Too Cool, Dudley boys. Hardy Boys after that, they was cold as hell, you know what I'm saying? Came in as the Brood after with the feud off the top with Edge and Christian. Yeah, came in as the new Brood, which was cool, you know what I'm saying? They was kind of mysterious because we didn't really know about them, but their style was not Brood-ish, you know what I'm saying? They was high flying, jumping all over the place. Jeff Hardy was barely on the mat, you know what I'm saying? He was in the air for majority of the matches and shit. You know
It's
what I'm
because he
saying?
was high.
He was most definitely the, on what? Who knows? Probably everything. You know what
He
I'm
was
saying?
snuffing paint.
Then I gotta end this jump with my personal favorite tag team across the board. When we do this list again of like top 5 tag teams of all time, the New Age Outlaws will be on it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you didn't know?
If the crowd don't go crazy
You
when they hear
better
that,
call somebody.
and if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Gun club.
Nobody in the damn. I'm talking about mamas, daddies, grandmamas, aunties, uncles. I know my whole family was in there. We was
Right.
repeating this shit word from word. Babies, cousins, like we was. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, D Generation X proudly brings to you is Tag Team
Champions of the world.
Like, bruh, come on, fool. New Age Outlaws had the Showman, they had the Moves, they had Billy Gunn, who was in my list like one of the best wrestlers of the Attitude Era time. You
Mr.
know what I'm
Ass.
saying? He was played with like back-to-back injuries and whatnot.
I'm an ass
But that's because
man.
how hard he went in the ring and apparently how hard he went in training and shit. Because he was barely ever hurt in the ring. Most of his injuries was like, oh, he was hurt doing some powerlifting, working out type shit. He was strong as hell, and he was like the best wrestler in the Attitude Era to me, bro. Besides Dustin, you know what I'm saying. So that's my list, man. Who coming next, man? What y'all got?
I guess, you know, the champion.
The
champ is here. So the champ will go next. The North American champion here.
Why
With
you
my
dropped your phone?
top 5. With my top 5 list.
Yeah.
Number 1, man, I'm gonna have to go with RVD and Kane. I think it was one of those mismatched tag teams that worked in a weird way, like how it was with, you know, probably honorable mention X-Pac and Kane. You know, it was like 2 styles that it was an odd pairing, but it worked. And they won the tag team titles too, you know what I'm saying? So which was like possibly one of my favorite tag teams watching during the whole Ruthless Aggression area. My list is also kind of Attitude Era is because it was pretty decent teams.
Oh yeah.
During
Then back
that
when
time.
they cared about tag teams. At
Yeah,
least
cared
a
about
little something.
cared about it a lot. You know what I mean? But let's see. Number 2 is the Holly Cousins, Crash and Hardcore Holly.
Allegedly over 400
Big Shot
pounds.
Bob.
You know what I'm saying? So together they was 800 pounds.
800 pounds.
They both was
exactly.
allegedly 400 pounds.
Yeah.
So they was 800 pounds coming to the ring.
And the crazy shit is they would always fight each other. Like it was like always like this weird, like it was relatable in a way because it was
They was
like
cousins.
They were cousins, and you know how you always fight
I can't
with your
stand some of my cousins.
yeah. You always fight with them, but y'all
Some
love
of my
each other.
cousins be eating up all my chicken and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's mixing my lemonade with the tea. That's the shit cousins be doing.
Fucking up on the stats.
Yeah, drinking out of a cup from the pantry and then asking for a red Solo cup after he done drunk from the other cup. That's just the things cousins be doing. You know what I'm saying? Cousins be doing some crazy shit. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
cousin.
That's why Crash and Bob Holly, goddamn it, I can't think of a match they won because they was too busy fighting each other.
Right.
But they
It was
did
like
win matches,
always
but it was like
fighting each other.
a random ass act of them winning and shit because they was fighting each other. So yeah, that shit was entertaining as hell.
Man. Number 3. It's the Unholy Alliance. The Unholy Alliance. I think
Undertaker
that
Big Show.
The fat ass tag team.
Yeah, Undertaker was big as hell around this time. Then you had the
Yeah.
Big Show, who was also big as
Fat
hell.
as hell around that time.
And what was crazy about that, it was also like one of those teams that like, you know, it kind of made sense on paper. You know, having like 2 other, you know, at that time the most dominant big men that you had besides Kane. You know what I mean? you also having Big Show, who was also at that time, a real good worker, and with Undertaker in his prime. So it was like shit, having both of them at the same time, like really just causing hell before, of course, the Brothers of Destruction. But
well, shit, the Brothers of Destruction was sleep causing hell before then.
yeah.
Then they kind of went their own separate ways. Then the Undertaker did his thing with Big Show and shit. But that was a good tag team, bro. Apparently, Big Show is a good tag team partner, but he's a giant. You know what I'm saying?
Of course,
So
it works. It just
there's no way you can
like
really lose with a giant.
that balance. Yeah, it's like it. That's why I was like, it was kind of hard to see. The thing was, it was like it worked with the Undertaker because he was also athletic as hell.
That's what I was just thinking because Undertaker was moving.
He can move. So
Big Show wasn't doing all that.
yeah, but they were both like almost. They were both technically like giants, except only one at that time. Undertaker was really doing some shit that you see now, with like your big men like Lance Archer and other people that. You know what I mean? That's like
He was
doing
still
it.
wrestling back then. You know what I'm saying?
So, but yeah, I really liked that little mismatch tag team though. But number 4, I'm gonna give you Edge and Christian, and I'm gonna just take Too Cool, Scotty Too Hottie. Did you already? You already said?
Yeah, you already said
You
that.
already said it.
Yeah,
so you
'cause
gotta
I replaced Edge and Christian with
Okay, well
Too
excuse me. Then. How about I do this then? I want to do the Brood. The Brood, Edge and Christian version.
The Brood, okay, yeah. Because
Yeah.
the Edge and Christian, I was thinking is the 5-second pose, Edge and Christian, and Sleek.
Yeah.
Ruthless Aggression is, you know what I'm saying? They was with Kurt Angle and they was doing all that crazy shit. That was what was the name of when they had the little whole gold outfit on and shit? They was doing
The
that
Los
shit.
Conquistadors.
Yes, bro. We knew that was you guys. And we knew that was Edge and Christian. They was doing the exact same moveset. Like, this shit was hilarious. That's the Edge and Christian I was talking about. But the Brood Edge and Christian was raw as hell.
Yeah.
They used to fucking dump blood on
Edge.
folks' ass and shit.
The
Folks was
Brood
crazy.
Edge and Christian
Crazy,
was
yeah.
like that was the introduction of like Edge and Christian as a tag team, but then we would eventually find out how good they would become, as time progressed. But yeah, I think Brood Edge and Christian was like probably like one of my favorite tag teams. If you take out Gangrel, Brood Edge and Christian, the original Brood, definitely it. And I think my last tag team, I don't think nobody had got this one. Los Guerreros.
Nope, that's what I said.
Eddie
I
and
could not
Chavo.
remember what the
Yeah.
name was.
Yeah.
We lied, we cheat,
Yeah.
we steal.
We don't care if
Probably.
you don't like us.
Oh my
Everybody
god.
wants to
I
fight us.
can't-
Those SmackDown titles were made for them,
them.
bro.
And
Them
Oh
my
folks was
God.
scrapping for them hoes
and
too,
they was
bro.
coming out with
Like,
the craziest
man.
wins.
You
for them. I
had
finna
you
look
had
this
to
shit
scrap
up,
you
bro.
had to scrap for them hoes, bro. It wasn't no whole shit with them.
You could not. I think they made that title like they made that title. You can name some people around the Ruthless Aggression era that that did their thing with that with the SmackDown titles at that time, but Chavo and Eddie, they were legit. Like they really like brought prestige to those titles. They really made them shits important with the matches that they had. You know what I'm saying? So of course, like I had to throw in Los Guerreros in there
Yeah,
because
bro,
like
Los
who like this just you got to, you know what I mean? You have to.
They had the goddamn entertainment factor along with the wrestling abilities and shit. Cause
Yeah.
they Guerreros were like, the Guerrero family is synonymous out here in wrestling. You know what I'm saying? But we've always seen Eddie in wrestling as mode. You know what I'm saying? Especially WCW. Goddamn, he came to WWE. He was with the Radicals. He wasn't really on the mic like that.
Yeah.
He started doing this thing with China. We started seeing his personality come out. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like he transitioned into like Latino Heat. He became Latino Heat. Then they did the Los Guerreros, and then that shit just took off because of Eddie Guerrero and the chemistry him and his nephew had together. Cause them folks was real deal entertaining, bruh. And it didn't make them just look like some regular Mexican ass wrestlers, you know what I'm saying? Which WWE was doing to some of their wrestlers. that was Latino Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
Mexicans.
Yeah, that's a solid list right there, G. What you got over here, Kenny?
Alright. My list is more so in ring based. So it's gonna be a lot of new tag teams in my joint. Starting out with number 5, I got DIY. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
They put on some damn master classes in NXT.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They chemistry off the chain. And then, you know, as a tag team, they went at each other's heads too. Before the big breakup. You know what I'm saying? They always put on, like, not just the biggest work rate matches, not the best work rate matches, but as far as, like, building characters with each other, even to this day, they always put on, like, the biggest show no matter what they did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Number 4, I'm going back a little old school. Number 4 is the APA. Love the APA. I'm not even talking about the regular acolytes. Not with the Ministry of Darkness. I'm talking about
APA.
the APA when they had the dope.
Protection Agents.
Always pounding ass. No.
That too. You know what I'm saying? When they had the dope, and they used to be at the table playing cards and
playing
drinking
cards,
beers
smoking
and shit. Man.
Oh my God.
And then, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, we need to pay y'all for protection. All right, cool. And they come out and they beat the fuck out whoever.
First of all, if you didn't walk through that door, you wasn't getting no service.
Right.
Cause
Knock on the door before
you
you
gotta
walk
knock
through
on the door. And that shit made this shit even more hilarious. Cause I remember, I think it was Kurt Angle walked past the door and just started yelling at the folks. The folks beat the shit out of Kurt Angle.
Hey, were you born in a barn?
Like, bro, and the APA was so damn, bro, that entertainment factor, bro. They found a way to be entertaining without having to wrestle. And I
They
feel
was
like
still beating your
and they
ass.
was still beating people ass without even having to wrestle.
Exactly.
But then
And
when
when-
they became tag champions, well, nobody taking them titles off them.
Cause it's like, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't about no work rate. They weren't doing no technical moves.
Oh,
They weren't
hell
doing
no.
no moonsaults.
They wasn't
Nah,
doing
it was
nothing.
just straight come in. I'm finna beat the fuck
Yeah,
out you.
First of all, we got Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons.
The first black WCW
WCW World
champion.
Champion.
Yeah.
Also known in the business to be one of the hardest hitting wrestlers out there. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Mentor to like 1,000 wrestlers, but nobody is coming out of a Ron Simmons match without no bruises on them. And then you got Bradshaw, one of the meanest clotheslines in wrestling history. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he a big Texan, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about he kicking you, he
He
straight beating on you, you know what I'm saying?
He
He got a
clothesline from
reputation
hell.
for being like that too.
Yeah,
Hard
and
hitting,
you
strong
know what I'm
hitting,
saying?
you
In
know
the
what I'm
locker
saying?
room,
Abusers.
they were them niggas legit in the locker room. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't nothing go on unless the APA, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That were them guys, you know what I'm saying?
Real speed.
Alright, so
Gotcha.
number 3,
Uh-huh.
I got American Alpha. A tag team gone way too soon.
Too
for
soon,
us.
bro.
Jason Jordan.
Them folks ass
Because
could
Jason
be
Jordan and
some
Chad
nation.
Gable
I'm
was
gonna
some,
keep that junk.
was some wrestling motherfuckers. I'm
Yeah.
talking about, you know what I'm saying? Putting on technical master classes. American Alpha. They were like the reincarnation of the Steiner brothers. And if y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all watch
I
old
don't know
school
about the Steiner brothers.
Suplexes and
Man.
clotheslines.
suplexes,
Hard
clotheslines,
Power drivers.
you know what I'm saying?
Goddamn recline like the
The
Steiner
network.
recliner.
Yeah.
They got
They was
damn
stiff.
Frankensteiners. They got,
Man,
oh
they
my
was
god.
stiff as hell.
I'm about
Yeah.
stiff.
Oh my god.
But
Y'all don't
like,
know what stiff mean in wrestling. I'm talking about
not stiff like when I be at your gas house.
nah. I'm talking about stiff like barely moving but hitting
Right.
hard as you can, but you hitting hard as you can, but they barely moving.
Right, but it wasn't like that ugly, like stiff work. You know,
Yeah.
like it's like, oh damn, he's stiff. Like damn, he green. But nah, them folks was stiff, but they made this shit look legit. So yeah, I can see why you made
you'll
that
say that.
comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cause they
and
was like that too.
you know what I'm saying? They had the great character work with Chad Gable. Because Chad Gable was a fucking riot, you know what I'm saying? So they were dope as hell. And you know what I'm saying? If I can pick one match to make, you know what I'm saying? Anybody go look at American Alpha, it's the match at TakeOver Dallas versus the Revival. American Alpha versus Revival when they first won the NXT tag belts. Beautiful, beautiful match. Number
Crazy
2,
ass match.
I got who I have in number 2. I'm tripping. Number 2, I had the New Day. Now, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? The
I
New
can't
Day.
think of nobody that got more tag titles in WWE than the New Day. I think they got the most, don't they?
Yeah, they got the most.
And
You know what I'm saying? And they had the longest reign.
And just think they were almost dead on arrival when they started.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was not on the. It took me a while to even
Like when they
get
were
on
preachers,
the bandwagon of the New Day.
I was like,
I say recently, like a couple years ago.
I was like, when they did the preacher thing, but when they turned heel and they
had
started
some-
like letting them folks be they self and letting them cut their own promos, that you know what I'm saying, they were doing the damn
folks started
thing.
shining.
And then when they had their biggest rivalry, when they put on their best work, which transitioned me to my number 1 tag team, the Usos. And I couldn't stand the Usos with the paint,
The war
and the
paint.
colors and shit like that. I didn't like that shit. I did not like it at all. I did not like it at all. When I became a fan of the Usos is when they turned heel and they started wearing them white Air Force Ones with the black shirts and shit.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
Them Usos.
Yeah.
When they changed the down
Them.
6, day
Day
1
one.
ish, down 6. Look,
Hey, them folks
them
turned
boys,
his head.
them boys get so hyped. And
Them
that
folks
feud they
turned
had with the
head.
New Day,
Yeah.
especially that match at Hell in the Cell,
That shit brought back the tag team talk in
Man.
WWE, bro.
they actually had a good feud with American Alpha. They had a real good feud with American Alpha too. So you know what I'm
Usos
saying?
brought back that tag team aspect of wrestling, bro.
Hell yeah.
Real shit. And that
And the-
family produces some great tag teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it twisted.
And I'm gonna say this right now.
Wrestling, yep.
I'm gonna say this right now. The greatest tag team feud of all time is the New Day versus the Uso. Quote me on that. I'm not saying, not greatest period. I'm gonna say it like, yeah. Quote me. The greatest tag team feud, the Usos versus the New Day, because they put on not only the best matches of the night, but they also had the best promos and everything. Like from top to bottom, their feud was epic. So when it comes to WWE, what?
The rap battle.
Ah, yeah, the rap battle was there was some funny shit.
It was funny, bro, but you trying to watch no rap battle?
Hey, look, the funniest part about that was when Jimmy had hit that line on Woods, and Wale was like, oh shit. Are we supposed to be saying this on TV? We can't talk about this. That shit was dope.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's my
that
list,
shit-
dog. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what's up, man. I feel like we had a solid top 5. You know what I'm saying? If y'all feel the same, let us know. And let us know what y'all top 5 WWE tag teams is. Raw, Attitude Era, SmackDown, NXT, Ruthless Aggression.
Velocity.
All the this man said Velocity.
What's up with you niggas in Velocity, bro? Damn.
Like, fuck
It was
this show.
cool,
Hey, we gonna do
bro.
a top 5.
It was
WWE
cool,
shows.
bro. It was cool.
No, it wasn't.
That shit was crazy. But we gonna catch y'all next time.
Dean
man. We
Ambrose, John Moxley had pink hair. This shit was not cool.
out.
And still,
Still. You stop.
you're the North American champ.